What is up, guys? It is HumbleZeus here, bringing you some more Battlefield Hardline. In this quick little video, I'm going to explain and kind of talk about my personal feelings now that I've played the beta for a couple days. I've got to feel it kind of out, know what I like, what I dislike, and I'm going to kind of bring you my own personal review based on like what I've seen. I was kind of hoping this thing would just blow up and be like some kind of nice badass moment, but that was not going to happen. So we're going to have to deal with that. But basically what I have to say, this is going to be a really short video because I don't have much I dislike, and I'm not saying this because I know in my last Call of Duty video, which you should go check out, I did say that I'm more of a Battlefield fan than anything, really, for most of the games I can think of, and that if you had to accept a biased review from me, it was probably going to be Battlefield. And so I do have to admit that maybe that might be factored into why I have very little that I'm complaining about, but I think that maybe if you found a bunch of other people, I feel like they wouldn't tell you much unless they were just very new to Battlefield and maybe didn't like how some of the things felt. So I'm going to try to give you my fairest review possible with how I am. Now, from what I said, the weapons. I'll start off with weaponry because that's generally what I always talk about anyway when I look at a shooter. Is the weapons feel good. They don't feel overpowered. I don't feel like I have one weapon that outclasses every other weapon. Each weapon seems to have its own purpose, its own uses, and that's what I love. I love a game that everything feels like it has a reason to be there. Some weapons are better than others in certain aspects, some are not. You're going to see, obviously, the assault rifles have a better firing range than the SMGs. LMGs are kind of that mid-round that can sometimes hit those long-range shots but aren't very good at the close-range engagements. You have the sniper rifles being, well, sniper rifle as in one, being pretty good at what it does, and that's what I like. I like weapons that kind of fit their class style. However, what I'm kind of afraid of is that we're going to get something similar to, oh lord, I can't drive. Similar to Battlefield 4, where we had a bunch of clones of weapons. Now, the weapons, like I said, they feel good in their respective roles, but their respective roles can easily be filled up by weapons of the same kind of category. And what I don't want is to have like 3 reskins of the P90, or 3 reskins of the AK. That's not what I want. I want to have weapons that kind of feel, they don't feel overpowered, but they still feel unique. They feel like they're weapons that need to be in the game. And that's kind of why I stopped the Battlefield weapon review series, because all weapons felt the same. I say, recoil's not too bad, they each drop off at this rate. There were only very few weapons that really didn't make me say these are all the same weapons. And I don't want Hardline to feel like that. I want people to actually use other weapons. I don't want to see the same weapon all the time. And in this game I don't. I actually see people using, even though we're limited, all the weapons. I've run into all the weapons. Not everyone's using the same, oh god, I need to get out of the way before I get crushed. Not everyone's using the same weapon, and I do love this about Battlefield. Everything feels kind of like, oh, I can actually try using this weapon, and people actually do. And I enjoy most of the weapons, which is not like me. I generally like a couple of them, and then I stay clear. But here, I actually feel like I can use a good majority of the weapons and not feel like uncomfortable. And I actually bothered to get to learn to use them. And that's a positive for me. That's a real positive. So as long as they make the weapons actually feel kind of unique and stand out, and how I didn't know what to do because I thought he was playing dead. He was playing dead. But I do love how this feels. I kind of like how this game is feeling, and the weapons feel good. Now, tactual gameplay. Gameplay runs for a beta, fine. It feels like, again, a well-polished indie game, and there's no cars here. A well-polished indie game and borderline AAA title, and it's good because it's a beta. It's not even the full game, and it feels good. If they had shipped this and removed some of the small issues, I'd be perfectly content to pay for this, and I actually do have fun playing with it. Now, Battlefield 4 felt a bit on and off. Sometimes I had fun, other times I'm just like, I need to pump out a video, and it needs to be a Battlefield video, so that's what I'm going to do. This game, I can be like, you know what, I'm going to play some Battlefield Hardline, and I'll just be playing and playing and playing, not even realizing I'm supposed to go play something else. I'm supposed to be doing Watch Dogs at some point. And I just keep ignoring it because I keep wanting to come back, play this game, because I'm having so much fun. And I don't know if it's maybe just because I'm in a beta and I want to get all the time out of it, but I'm having a blast playing with it. And if you are in the beta, you should definitely try your best to play this like before they close it, because I figure at some point they're going to say, alright, beta's closed. And for someone who might have just like not had the time to play and missed it, you're gonna miss out on a lot because it's a lot of fun. In terms of, I do have to mention something about secondaries. I feel like the sniper secondary is a bit overpowered compared to the other ones. I forget what it's called. I think it's like the Taz or something. It's like a full auto secondary with like 20 bullets. And I mean, for a sniper rifle, like, I understand like their class needs a bit of assistance because obviously they only have single fire weapons. They gotta pull the bolt back. They don't even have like a semi-auto sniper. They only got the bolt action. And so you need to kind of make up for that. Please don't kill me. He killed me. He got me in the leg. Oh, you person. But I do love how, like, they're trying their best, but some weapons obviously are going to be a bit slightly better than others. And that weapon is a bit overpowered. I noticed I died to it a lot from snipers. Like, maybe they either missed a shot and then they just default. Okay, this is something I was going to bring up at some point. Some windows don't break when they're supposed to, and this has gotten me killed when I was trying to rush out of a building, and then the window that I had known could break didn't. It really annoyed me, and I was just like, that's a small thing. Windows, you need to make sure your windows actually break when you hit them. But other than that, no, it's fine. Some other small issues that I noticed is that sometimes when you're going up stairways, it's like you're trying to merge with the wall, and so it'll just keep shoving you into the side. And it hasn't become a huge problem to me, but I do know that can bug some people. So be on the lookout for that, but it's nothing really game-breaking. They'll obviously probably have fixed it when people say, hey, just letting you know, this is an issue. Another thing I really like is that launchers feel useful now. Like, before, launchers, you couldn't really use them for anything, because outside of destroying vehicles, unless the dude was injured, you probably weren't going to get a one-shot with a rocket, but as you just recently saw me do, not on that dude, but the other dude, when I was parachuting in, I got a nice rocket kill, and I love it because it also incorporates vehicles. Like, because this game is obviously cops and robbers themed, there is a bit more reliance on maybe like police cars and standard vehicles like normal cars, and what it lets you do is take advantage of the engineer class, or the equivalent, and actually use things like rockets. Like, I could fire into that and get like a huge firestorm. There are lots of oil tankers that you can shoot and again create these gigantic openings. And basically, like, you can burn out an entire platoon like that, and that is actually really cool. I love how that works, and I love how, because of the way the map is designed, I only have one, it works in a way that makes sure that you can make use of the equipment. There's kind of no equipment goes without use. There's always some reason to be using the equipment. And I love that. I also love how vehicles aren't overly armored, other than occasional ones, like the, but those are like the big hitters. And other than that, if you shoot a rocket at most vehicles, it only takes like 2 or 3. And I mean, that is in itself a really good thing, because you don't have to waste like 7 rockets just trying to get like 1 kill. Because it's not really worth it. In this game, obviously, you're using standard vehicles, not an armored tank, therefore you don't need to put as many shots in somebody. And I'm just happy about that, because I hated using up all my rockets and then seeing someone else take the vehicle, destroy, and kill because I ran out, because they take forever to destroy. So I'm loving that. The pacing is something that I have to say I really love about this game. The pace of this game is really nice. The maps, they're kind of big, but they're not big, or at least this map is not big in the way that makes me hate it. It's big in the way that there are multiple routes to get to a destination, but firefights stay concentrated. You're in these kind of, in terms of Battlefield, smallish areas, and I like that. I like how that plays, how you're not in these just massive, gigantic areas. You actually have these kind of smallish engagements. And I can go, I feel like I'm playing like a real mix of Battlefield and Call of Duty. And we lost the game, but I still had a lot of fun. And that's one thing I noticed. I love playing this. I just love playing the game. I don't know what it is. Even when I lose, I'm just like, I lost, but I'm still happy. And I think that's something that Battlefield 4 didn't have. When I lost, I got kind of annoyed. But here, I can lose and just be like, I just want to jump back in. So, if I had to give it like a number rating, which I don't like to do because I don't feel like you can give an opinionated rating in a number, but if I had to give one, if I said I had to go out of 10, I'd give the beta a good 7.5, 8. There are small things that might be improved, making the weapons less generic, and some minor bug fixes like the window. But other than that, I really have to say I love the game. So if you were in the beta, you want to play PS4, you know, hit me up, we can play. I love to play with you guys anytime. Just let me know, send me a message, inbox me. Message me on my PS4, obviously, you know my thing. It's HumbleZeus right there. No differences, no spaces, 2 caps. And, you know, have an awesome day. Go outside, have fun, or play this, because that's what I'm going to do. I'll see you guys later. Zeus out.